Hello, my name is Michelle Senespago. I picked Raspberry Pi operating system for my CS180 operating systems class project. I chose Raspberry Pi operating system for my class project because my son had built with the Raspberry Pi hardware a retro gaming system that has 1,000 retro games. So I wanted to know more about the operating system. The Raspberry Pi operating system is now the official operating system of the hardware. However, it wasn't originally. The Raspberry Pi operating system was originally created in 2012 by Mike Thompson and Peter Green. Mike wanted something Debian based, and they worked outside the Raspberry community building this. It was later on that the Raspberry community adopted this as their primary operating system. So the Raspberry Pi operating system I was looking at works on all Raspberry Pi hardware except Pico. The desktop version is primarily used on older computers. So the upper right hand corner is a Raspberry Pi hardware. You can get these at Amazon relatively cheap. But the desktop version is lightweight. It's actually called Lightweight X11 Desktop Environment. So it's made specifically for single chip computers and those with lower resources. Other uses: web browsing, programming, do-it-yourself projects. As I said, retro gaming. They originally did the hardware in England because they felt the college students were getting these laptops to work their college on, but they didn't have a clue as to how a laptop worked, so they wanted to get them more involved. So they built these little little 2-inch by 4-inch pieces of hardware that would take a small operating system or a lightweight operating system so that they could learn programming and other areas of the operating system and computers. And this is the Raspberry Pi desktop that I downloaded, and I will show you a video of that. It's pretty much like most Linux desktops I've played with. You click the Raspberry, it shows you a menu of what they have. So you have all these programming features, and then you have, similar to Windows Office, you have LibreOffice, and then email, internet, games, your accessories like calculator. And then you can go to the file system, and they have file systems like any Linux file system. And you can change the desktop preferences. So you go to the folder, find the picture you want to change, open it, and you can change your desktop, and I changed it to a Raspberry. And here's my credits. All the sites that I went to get information on Raspberry Pi and Raspberry Pi operating system. Thank you so much for watching.